From the gun, it's Brady. Open man, it's Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Underneath to Allen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down. They'll run it with the 85 MVP, Marcus Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
To throw, it's Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Brady to throw on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him a gain of 38. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. They'll run with Allen. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. This is Allen. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Marcus Allen taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown guys with the football here to begin this second quarter of play. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They go play action now. Jackson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And that is incomplete. Rashaan Melvin that time able to make the play.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Right. From midfield, here's Brady. And going deep for Hill. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep. And got his man complete. The 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jerry Rice, an 80-yard touchdown. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
All right, here we go. Grip. Stop. No, you're a little closer to me. Stop.
Brady now on first down. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play that time for the Colts. And even 40 yards.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
But he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
54. Go. 55.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Let's go. Let's go. Wait, 20. 380. 450. Move. Go. Ozzy. Attack.
To throw on second down. Brady. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Jackson. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Khalil Mack. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And on now is the punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Sanders. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brady. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman. Able to get a hand in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Reggie White in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on 4th down. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Taking it about the 16. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Starting the second half of the run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And Ch1ng0nas0's makes the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Sanders shaking and baking, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The all-pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Jackson now looking to throw on 2nd down. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. On 3rd down, Jackson tries for Rice, intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Hey, goal 66. Goal 50. Go!
Brady now on first down. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Reggie White in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw on third down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And here now the offense heading back out there. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Jackson to throw on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up near the 42. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Pass incomplete. Great solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Buffet. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Jackson. Steps away. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
They're going deep for Hill. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Randy Moss, 66 yards. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Brady going to look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 30 yards there.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And how it turns out, it turns out.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Brady going to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Brady to throw. Allen here on the screen. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.